A wonderful good morning from Australia's largest city, Sydney. And today is a rather typical day in the life of an aviation YouTuber. I woke up in Auckland on a beautiful sunny day and flew LATAM's 787 in business class to Sydney. I had a few hours on the ground before I was going to continue to Brisbane on Virgin Australia. Very little did I know that by the time I'm going to publish this video, the airline would go into voluntary administration.
So guys, hello and welcome to another flight report. Right now I am in Sydney, Australia, and I'll be flying Virgin Australia to Brisbane on a 737-800, the workhorse of the airline that has a very strong network domestically here in Australia and also a few regional flights. So in today's review, I'm going to review the cabin a little bit. I tell you what's included in the fare, what is not. They're based at Terminal 2 here in Sydney, which is a domestic terminal, which is also used by Jetstar and Tiger Air and Rex, which is the regional airline here in Australia. So boarding starts in about 20 minutes, and I have very little, I would say, expectations because I don't know what it's going to be like, whether it's like a rather a Ryanair EasyJet-like experience, or maybe it is a Qantas kind of feeling on that flight. We will find out in a little bit. So let's go to the gate and board the plane to Brisbane.
Hey guys, sorry for the interruption, but today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. Do you want to build a stunning website, but you simply just don't have the skills to do so? Well, this is where Squarespace can help you. First of all, it lets you choose from 100 of templates, which means half of the work is already done. You personalize it, you drag and drop your own photos, and there you go. It already looks like your own work. You want to integrate your social media? No problem, they have the tools. You want to sell stuff online? No problem, they have an online shop. You can all customize it and make it look your own. So now you want to know the good news. Squarespace is offering you guys 10% off of your first purchase. All you need to do is go to the link in the description box below, or just go to squarespace.com/Josh Cahill and use the code Josh Cahill. So get started today and showcase your passion online.
Today's flight was operated by 737-800, which is also the backbone of Virgin Australia. At that time, the airline was operating 77 of them. It is quite interesting when you compare these numbers to its direct competitor Qantas, which operates 75 737, making it Australia's largest narrow-body airline. Boarding happened through both doors. You could either enter the jet bridge or through the stairs in the back. The business class cabin features 8 seats in a 2-2 configuration. The first 3 rows in the economy class cabin are called Economy X, which features better legroom and priority boarding as well as priority check-in. The remaining 138 seats in a 3-3 configuration are standard economy class seats. The seat pitch of 30-inch is the same airlines such as Ryanair or Qantas offer on their 737. Interestingly, Tiger Air offers the most generous legroom in Australia with 31 inches. Virgin Australia offers entertainment through streaming options. All you have to do is download the Virgin app onto your personal device in order to access movies and films. No complimentary food or snacks were served on my flight, but you could purchase food throughout the menu during the flight. We then taxied all the way to runway 34 right, which takes quite a while to get there, but just wait for the views I was rewarded with. few seconds after takeoff, I was rewarded with the most beautiful, stunning views of the Sydney Harbour, with the iconic Sydney Opera House, the Harbour Bridge, and the skyline of one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
So like halfway through the flight, it's pretty eventless. Nothing's really happening. They done the service, but you have to purchase your food like through the menu here. I mean, there's a menu on board and you can purchase it, or you can pre-book it online when you actually book your flight. Same with your luggage, which is not included in your fare, so you have to add that as well. Yeah, it's a bit of a bumpy flight, a bit of turbulences, but I only slept for like 3 hours last night, and so I occupy my time by literally just sleeping. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, it's a pretty much standard domestic flight. There's nothing like here that stands out or that makes me want to share with you. So yeah, I guess that's going to be quite an uneventful flight, but I'll give you a full summary once you're on the ground.
This was my first and perhaps also my last flight on Virgin Australia. The future of the airline remains uncertain, and the current situation doesn't suggest a positive outcome, since the Australian government still refuses to help the airline. We then touched down at Brisbane Airport, which is Virgin Australia's biggest hub, as well as home to the company itself. There's no doubt that the airport and the city would suffer a lot if the airline is going to collapse.
Welcome to Brisbane Airport. The local time is just on 12:30. The temperature outside is 28 degrees. We do ask that you remain seated just for a few more moments. Please keep the exits around.
So, and here we are on the ground in Brisbane, and summarizing the flight isn't pretty easy because nothing really happened. It was on time. The flight was alright, cabin crew was nice, but yeah, overall it was a very pretty standard domestic experience, so there was nothing that I can highlight in particular, so I guess I'll have to fly them a few more times to figure out what they're all about. Yeah, but this is it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Virgin Australia, and yeah, if you liked the video, subscribe, hit that like button, and I hope that the next video, the next review, is going to be more eventful. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and wherever you're off to, have a safe trip.
Also, a massive shout out to my Patreon family whose support keeps me going, especially in times of Corona. If you want to get a bit more behind the scenes of my work or life, or want to join my exclusive WhatsApp group where we chat and get to know each other, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Josh Cahill, or just click the link in the description box below. Thank you!